Hello, folks, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Just put this cup to one side. And it's gonna hang on this, and there's no way to skip it. That is a design flaw. So, welcome back to Stabbing Old Men to Sad Music. Back to Darklurker. Just gonna have to rock with what I have. Hope it's enough. I feel I should go through this place again and see if go through in the Iron Keep, see if there's anything there I could get, because there is, beyond the stuff past the fire, there is other stuff I could get. Like there's meant to be a mimic around there, and I never killed a mimic. It's probably the only mimic that survived. Let's not pop that. Let's only use it before Darklurker. Yeah. Unless, of course, my health gets too low. Once we get to rank 3, these will stay fully open. Of course, there's little reason for me to go back in, unless I wanted more bonfire aesthetics, but I fail to see why I would want them in such quantities. Hiya. Hi. Hiya. Ugh. Bow guy aggro too. Everyone's here. That's what I was hoping to do last time. But yeah, you can't exit while any invader is still active. we made it here. There's no end. An annual herb with an amber color so deep it gives the impression of luminescence. Restores a small number of spell uses. It is the mistaken belief of many that the flowers of this herb do not blossom. However, small white flowers do blossom during dusk when the moon is visible. A grey herb that grows hidden among the rocky surfaces of tall mountains restores a number of spell uses. There is no end to scores of people risk life and limb to forage for this valuable herb, which led to a banning of its harvest in some regions. A wilted and faded stalk of dusk herb restores a great deal of spell uses. A dusk herb in bloom works wonders, but will wilt in the blink of an eye. Needless to say, finding such a herb is of the utmost difficulty. Okay, I popped the humanity. Can't use the second one, so good to know. These aren't combat tricks, so I don't feel bad at all in popping them. Don't use them otherwise. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. I'm expecting to just see a heart on him. Oh shit, I forgot to switch. What? Ass. I can do it quickly. Haha. Wait. Dark was introduced as an element, wasn't it? So that would mean that wouldn't abyss sorceries no longer be physical? I have to give it to whatchamafuck. Then again, this thing could be using different stuff than that. I was actually able to clip both of them. Aha! I love it in games when you can do that. Boss decides to get funny and, you know, split in two. You see they're splitting in two and raise them stabbing both. I was hoping to do that before, but they were, fuck you. I want to heal again. Laser. I was wondering where the other one was. I was wondering if they despawned or not. whiffing. It'd be like one fucking hit away if I'd actually... he would be dead if those hits connected. Little bit of an iffy move. Oh yeah! Get some! Hail to the king, baby! Darklurker. It's got this sort of soul. Even the tooltip is significant. The great souls, the significant bosses. Maybe the ones that light the fires. Gave the bright orange souls, the fiery souls. Most bosses give this sliver, while those associated with dark give a different one. And then these are giant souls, and these are voice souls. That's interesting. Soul of what lurks in the dark chasm. The dark chasm is the remnant of some ancient, dissipated being. Use the special soul of what lurks within to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. Yes. I was gonna be fancy and step off, but no. Your devotion to the Covenant has deepened, and you have gained a rank.
Young undead, you've discovered the truest dark within you.
Have I?
Deep dark it is. The dark that we must all face. We need the abyss more now than ever.
Climax. Xanatos crown, overcoat. Crown, not clown. Overcoat, gloves, and waistcoat.
I bequeath these to you. Take them on your pilgrimage.
The dragon chime.
The embrace of... May the dark shine your way.
And that is us done with this covenant. It's me, 50 fate, Jesus. A sacred chime shaped as a dragon, a catalyst for miracles and hexes. This chime sat long in the dark chasm, but still one senses a sublime purity. Only those with the deepest fate can wield this chime, but they will be rewarded with greatly amplified spells. Jesus, the lightning thing is S rank and the darkness is B. That may even go up when you fully upgrade it. This blindingly bright yellow costume is said to have been worn by the Xanatos king. Perhaps the hideously towering headcloth crown served some purpose. Perhaps it was some strange display of power. Despite the costume being in near tatters, its yellow hues are mysteriously unfaded. Oh, and there's also a spell. Climax. Ooh, it's chain. Strength varies depending on the number of souls. Oh, a hex that distorts the power of life. Amidst a mass of dark, but at the cost of all souls. Strength varies depending on the number of souls, not a hex to be taken lightly. Catalyst, Sacred Chime. So, I'm just gonna go and pop over to the Blue Cathedral and get the achievement for finding their Covenant. There's 6 still hidden achievements, and I know pretty certainly I haven't discovered theirs. So I'll just go say hi. And I imagine maybe the other achievements are for striking down those optional bosses, maybe? And then there's still a few others yet to find, but I'm just gonna move on. Maybe it's for raising all Covenants to max. Fuck if I'm gonna do that, though. Oh, and then there's one for having everyone at town, which I failed because I killed that one too early / found the other guy too late.
Transient being, nothing has changed. You would never make a knight be gone.
I thought I had that thing. Did I not get it? I didn't get it. There's meant to be... I swore there was a friendly version of this that you can get in a chest, but maybe I never did. 3 rat tails and a dragon scale. Not sure how I got the extra tail. I do feel bad not doing the bonus bosses. They're ball breakers, and I'm not in the mood. I'm looking forward to seeing the end of the game. I'm antsy, I'm excited about it, and they're just busting my balls. Okay, the other thing in Drangleic Castle. And yeah, that was my hand cracking. There's flavor text on Fextra Life for creatures, and I've no idea where it comes from. Goblins are humanoid creatures that lurk in the shaded woods. You know, the forest grotesques, the weird freaks with the giant ball sacks. These deformed monstrosities give a grotesque impression, and do not appear to be products of natural evolution, rather seem to have once been human. What twisted force could have rent their humanity and left them in this sad state? Oh dear. Nameless usurper. Oh, apparently... Remember Lycia of Lindelt, the one I killed? She's the nameless usurper. I didn't even realize I didn't get to see the character model that close. I was too focused on not dying. I should have left her around, if only for more of those. Apparently stone soldiers have a rare chance of dropping titanite slabs. You know, down at the King's Bonfire. The King's Gate. Forgotten Chamber. Ah! I missed the bonfire. That would have actually been quite handy. Go to King's Gate. I'm gonna get it just because it bugs me. And while I want to see the end of the game, I'm also in a, like, no, I must drag this out kind of mindset. Bashful Ray. Woo! I am your king! Cease and desist! King's Ring, King's Ring, King's Ring, King's Ring, King's Ring. Fuck y'all. That little niche over to one side annoys me. What? I thought it said talk. No. Must have missaw. But yeah, this game really, yeah, I think that's the bonfire. This would have saved my ass before. You know, it spirals, it's you coming here to try and cure the curse, and it's Navlan. Again? It's... actually, I didn't get you here when I was here the first time. Sure, I'll kill you again. But, this game really spirals. Well, it goes from you trying to undo your curse to becoming king, and it just... It kind of fits with the whole... You'll go on a long journey without rest, and you won't even know why. You know, you just kind of get swept along. Ah, there he is. Ah! Fuck you. He's just trying to bitch slap me. Down, boy. An effigy. But yeah, that bonfire would have been useful. Thought I saw it there for a second, like in a weird form. But I think it was just those banners. I think I was going to call them bonfires. What the fuck? all this gold, but it's completely worthless to me. Probably cursed, too. I've got A level. I want to check one thing. There's a door over there, and I don't think you can ever open it. Uno momento. Out, hussy. Begone, harlot. Just the unopenable doors in this place piss me off. Why paint this on? And why put a wall in front of it? Anyway, I'm just gonna piss off. Very dramatic. If I ever do another run, I'll leave those optional bosses till then. Excuse me. I suppose I could easily grind my level up by, you know, just going into the giant stream back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh yeah, look at my fly moves. But I'm right at the end, and I'm really hyped. I want to go on to Dark Souls 3. I can't do it tonight, but I'll be able to do it tomorrow. I don't think I have enough space on the PC. On my footage of Dark Souls 1 and 2 has taken up about 500 gigabytes. So I haven't gotten onto leveling that up. Well, editing that at all yet. I haven't done RPGs in a while. I've been doing custom campaigns. Been doing custom campaigns, RTS, shooter. I haven't done RPGs in a while. I should. Because they're probably the lowest group now. Like, the soonest timeline to time out. But Sylvie. You. King's Gate. Oh, actually, there is one last thing I could do. And this feels somewhat worthwhile. Someone. DS2. Okay, it's actually not too hard to find. Literally over there. Maybe I saw it previously, but just didn't have the key. Also, home to fight you. Fuck you. Nice of him to scale with whatever zone you're in. Because he's weaker than the castle iteration there. Thanks. Did one just come out from in here? Oh, fuck you. You know, that does feel beautiful. Hell yeah, baby. Sadly, this, as you've seen it already, it doesn't look quite right in this game. It looks too shiny. It's kind of looks vaguely metallic. A shield formed by chiseling a giant boulder. As solid as rock, this shield offers incredible defense, but is also terribly heavy. Sweet. So heavy, in fact, that he who takes it into battle is not allowed to flee until he or his opponent has fallen. There's chains wrapping it. I think that's new. The shield doesn't look too bad. There's bits of metal to it, but it's not too bad. Not sure what's up with the old bell helm. I know, it just seems odd to me. It's like a poor man's Havel's helm. Yeah, like, see this? It does kind of look metal-y. Like, it's mostly right. It's a little off. No, dark contours. Just, it looks more metal here than stone. It doesn't look quite right. A helm as if hewn from a giant boulder offers stupendous defense, but weighs a ton. The origin of the name Havel is not clear. Some say it was the warrior who wore the armor, but others say it was the name of a great kingdom ruined in a barbaric war. Jesus, I'm down to 50 fucking percent. Yeah, less than 50? That's because I don't have the other sword. I'm back to doing this. It's just I find this is a very... I don't think I have the stats to justify the other build. I do for this. Or maybe I don't have a good sword for an offhand. So if I do another run, I'm gonna end up fucking dual-wielding majestic swords. Keep in mind, if I do end up doing another run, it's not gonna be for years. I could do a dark dweller, whatever. You know, remember I went with Kingseeker. I'll go with his evil twin, the Dark Dweller. I'll side with him, and well, evil in quotations. I'll go with him, and... Oh. If you approach here, you see two extra guys that are now gone. Weird. But it's like what happened in the vision. I could see a giant that I could no longer fight. Remember Memory the King. But anyway, back hurts. Been lifting really a lot today. But yeah, I'll, you know, if I do a run of Dark Souls 1 and I go that route, a new game plus a Dark Souls 1, I'll go that route. And it'll let me see the High Lord's armor or whatever it's called. Then if I do another run at this, well, I don't think there's another ending like in Dark Souls 1. It will give me, seemingly there is. If there is, then I'll go that way. But while I've lost my train of thought here, I'll be doing the optional bosses then and shit like that. But if I'm doing another run of these games, it's not going to be for a long while. Post Elden Ring sometime. Like, we're talking about years in the future. So, yeah. That's branches. But yeah, I completely lost my train of thought there. But it was just simply, I want to push on. I want to finish this, damn it. And yeah, I want to push on. I want to finish this, and those optional bosses and all that, I'll get to at a later stage. You know, if there's anything else I've missed or whatever, I'll come back at some stage far from now, and I'll see about getting them done. I really want to see the ending. I don't want to be grinding my face against the wall. I want to go stab Aldea. I want to go stab the other one.
My journey is already complete.
Already?
My name is Shanalot. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none. I was born of dragons, contrived by men. By ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed.
Oh dear.
I did not come out as intended. Fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, Nashandra will come after you, knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul. Put Nashandra to rest.
The Great Soul? What's the Great Soul? The first flame, it makes sense. If fire and dark are kissing cousins, then it'll make sense for her to be lusting after that. But what's the Great Soul? And I honestly thought she was another, presuming she's being honest, I thought she was a splinter of Manus. But if she was actually a creation of Aldea, and all those dragons at the shrine are implied to be under Aldea's control. And the ancient dragon as well is actually a giant. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Really? You're meant to kind of... This is meant to be a boss rush. 3 bosses, well, 4. Throne Watcher, Throne Guardian, or whatever they're called. Then the Chandra, then the other one. But it's possible to face the first 2 first, kill the Giant Ward, then do this. You can also always age Feather out and just say, screw you, I'm going home. Always an option. Part of me feels like I should, upgrade the crown of the Ivory King and wear that in honor of him. Or put on Vendrick's crown. Jester's head it is. I'm sorry, this is a good set. It's not a clown suit. It's a jester suit. Shoot. Wait, there's a tree here. Bradley of the Old Guard. Benhart. Glad I can still summon you. Thought I only had 2 with me. No, maybe I had the tree. Go as twinsies as either of these two. Oh, well, actually, you could do him as well, but yeah. Let's rock. Should have taken off the ring. Oh, yeah, this effect.
Brave undead. You have proven yourself to me.
I've seen this before, but what the fuck is she?
Be one with the dark.
Good staple. If you're outside of her ring of death. Or no. Heal. Fuck. Oh, you got that laser too, huh? Can I stab you? Yes. Fuck you. Manus would be ashamed of having such a wimp for a Sprog. Whoa. I got over cocky. There's no difference in dialogue if it's a boss rush or not. The cutscene's the same, everything's the same, it's just, fucking cars. God, I didn't run out of these. Everything's the same. She's just already there if you've left and come back. Okay. Whoop. Whoop. Clan's helm. And she's gone. Someone spoiled a bit of Dark Souls 3 on me. I accidentally stumbled onto a comment online. I'm trying to forget it. Also, you remember the guy in the prison? Keeps going on about flame, oh flame. Kind of looks kind of like the blacksmith from the first game. Is he meant to be him? Apparently he turns up in Dark Souls 3, but that's tied in with the spoiler I was talking about. Let's do it. Did that say enter the mist or re-enter the mist? Tie her up for a sec, would you? None for it. Wish I had curse bite. Tie her up for a sec. You can't die now, Benhart. After all we've been through together. Okay, so that's the telegraph for it. Probably should have gotten that. What's it would be? Ah. Cleaves back further than I thought. Oh no, it's just to summon these. Woo! Maybe I don't need to strike them. Maybe it's like running through them. No, it's striking them. The poor tactical decision on my part. You better not fall, Vengrau. Oh, we've gone through together.
Many monarchs have come and gone. One drowned in poison, another succumbed to flame. Still another slumbers in the realm of life. Not one of them stood here as you.
The references DLCs.
You, conqueror of adversities. Give us your answer.
Wish I could heal them. Oh! I thought you were optional! Or maybe they just chose for me. Oh god, I just realized. I couldn't see it for ages there. That is, he's actually, like, in the shape of a human head. Who's an honor, Vanguard? God. How do I hurt you? How do I stole him, Bradley? Oh. So that's how you take offense to that strategy. Okay, he can only have fire on him or the roots. So dodge in between. Some of the time, anyway. Or maybe it's him doing that. No, this is definitely how Dia is doing. Oh, I still got the heal going. Woo! Wow, he's got some great staying power. Like, there's a mount, there's an empty eye socket right where the target was. There's a hole in his head. Dia is meant to be an optional boss. Maybe he isn't because I've completed the other stuff? Or, you know. Maybe I was wrong. Okay. I would have read that as a death animation. Not the worst attack I've been hit by. Gotta stay a bit away. Or I'll be a lot more aggressive with his entrances than he was previously. Previously he would, you know, spook me and knock me on my ass, but this time he'll actually hurt. Careful, Bradley. Thought Bradley was gonna fall. Oh God. That's it? You know, Aldia, you kinda suck. Also, look at his name, Scholar of the First Sin. You've served well, Bradley. May you retire with full honors. Look at his name. Anyway, look at Aldia's name. Scholar of the First Sin. That may be considered to the... Well, I've always connected it with, maybe due to lore videos I've seen that I only partially remember, what the Witch of Islip did. And look at what he looks like. He looks like the bed of chaos. A sentient mass of it. Of dead wood.
I watch everything and remain here patiently. The throne will certainly receive you. But the question remains. What do you want? Tell me.
There's another...
Light, dark, or something else entirely?
Ah! You do have a choice here. So you can actually just walk away. The whole game's been built up to this. Been fixated on this. But you do actually have a choice. You can just walk away. So yeah, if I do another run at this, I'll go the other route. For now, I'll just set on linking the fires. So that's what that says. Leave throne. We'll proceed to the throne.
You who link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne. What lies ahead, only you can see.
And that, folks, was Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. I have enjoyed this. Certainly, there was differences between it and the first game. Like, someone did make a critique before, and there is probably credence to it, that, like, the areas in the first game flowed better. While here it's a little bit more disjointed, but largely it was fine, to me at least. To me, largely, it did flow just fine. It wasn't... Like, fuck. You can look at places and wow. Covered in ice, desert right next door. You know. It wasn't quite that jarring. So, there is some basis to that critique, but it's not as bad as it could be, you know? Hearing that, you'd assume it's a lot worse. I have enjoyed this. Mechanically, it was different from Dark Souls 1, so it did take me time to get used to it. And you have to be in the right mindset, and it's very easy to, say, get distracted by playing Bannerlord and fall out of it. But I did enjoy my time here. It was quite good. It was quite fun. And I am actually looking forward to coming back to this and seeing the other ending, because I've never seen it. It just felt fitting to go with this ending. Ooh, sorry, I kind of made a squeaky noise in my mouth. It felt fitting to go with this ending. And I was wondering, was that it? Jesus. back, my shoulder. Hurt my back today. I had to carry the Westie around. Shit. But anyway. I can't remember what I was saying. Yoko Ono. Presumably a different one. But I can't remember where I was going with this, but I did actually quite enjoy my journey, my time with this. It was fun. It was enjoyable. People say it, critique it heavily, and maybe even deserve some of those. But it was still actually a fine game. It was quite enjoyable, and I would recommend it. And I do want to see the other ending to this, and I wish I could easily go and have a look. But like, say, Mankind Divided, where you can just reload and see all 4 endings in the one playthrough. But sadly, that ain't how this game is. So yeah, and if Dark Souls 3 is the same, and Sekiro, I'll be probably doing other runs of them at some stage in the future, and going different routes, as much as just routes. But yeah, like, this game probably has its fair share of critiques that you can levy against it, but it is certainly better than what you'd hear about it, you know? It is a good game. It is a fun game. And I would recommend it. Would I rate it as highly as the first one? Maybe not. But I do enjoy it. Though I'm still fucking annoyed at what I forgot when my back started hurting. Ugh. So annoying. Also, I'll be looking at the souls once the game starts again. But, jeez. But, Chad. But, yes. But, original Dark Souls 2. But, yeah, double, credits. But, wish I could speed this up. Like, while I want everyone to get their time in the sun, I'm antsy. There's also 2 voices to Aldia at the end. Was it the other ones? The former queen. It was a female voice. Well, it was mostly covered. It wouldn't have been the Emerald Herald, would it? Because she was kind of implied to have been the creation of Aldea. Therefore, Aldea was guiding us the whole way to this end. Who knows how much actual independence she had. Much like we were a pawn in the other's attempt to link the fires. She was merely a tool of Aldea. Everyone using everyone else. Who was Aldea used by? There must be a puppet master above him. No, not necessarily. But he was a mass of roots and stuff. It was like the bed of chaos. Again, he was trying to, you know, the master of, you know, find immortality or a way of breaking the curse or bypass, you know, superseding it, or, you know, he was messing with that kind of shit. And it's called for sin, tied in with Witch Isolate, the bed of chaos. Maybe he achieved him doing the same thing himself, but became one with it in a more in control sort of way. Where, like, he, you know, the bed of chaos consumed the Witch of Isolate, but he consumed it, became one with it, and remained in control. Fuck if I know. I'm talking off the cuff here. I'm best at thinking and saying things when I can write it down, look over it, work on it, grill it out in my head, sleep, come back to it, you know, do this kind of thing. Otherwise, I get addle-brained. I'm kind of absent-minded. But, And he does gather good. Jason Pitt. Don't know you, but you voiced Vangro, so yay. But, Ruth voices Shannon, the Emerald Herald. The Blue Sword guy is voiced by the same guy who voices the Confessor. Oh, and there's Shield Design Contest winners. That's off to you. Not sure what shields were theirs, so on and so forth. There's no little tag on them. So, but hats off to the old saying. Well done for winning. But yeah, I don't remember what I was saying at one point, and it's bugging the shit out of me. But, yeah, I do like this game. There's certainly critiques you can levy against it. It's not a flawless product. Is it weaker than the first game? Mayhaps. But I did enjoy it. I had fun with it. And that is what matters. It is what matters. Again, hats off to everyone who worked on this. It was a good ride. I think part of the reason people critiqued it as heavily as they did was... I don't want to sound full of myself, but... like, they were invested... well, I'll put it this way. They were invested... wait, what?
Bearer of the until...
They played Dark Souls 1. I don't know what's going on, but sure. They played Dark Souls 1. And they were fully invested in its ending and wanted to see what came of it. And then this comes out and implies no matter what choice you made, it didn't matter a single whit. So that's probably why they were upset by that, because they wanted their choice to matter, which makes sense. And since I already kind of knew this coming into it, it didn't bother me in the slightest. The way I was initially going to say it was that they didn't get the idea of it. Well, that wouldn't have been a really good refutation. It would have been me repeating what I said, well, what the game said, if you get me. Like, basically this whole thing is a cycle. Of course their choice didn't matter. Not in a grand sense. Our choice was not a matter of if, but when. Did the Age of Light and end and an Age of Dark begin now? Or in what, 5 minutes time? An unknown era's time. And that's it. It could come off as some grander thing, but it seems like the story is people trying to fight fate. Fight the natural scheme of things. Even the gods themselves trying to, and everyone lacks the strength to do it. People still keep throwing themselves against the wall, pointlessly, futilely, inflicting pointless suffering on themselves for absolutely no reason. So that's probably part of the reason why they had issues with it, because all this struggle of the first game was for naught. It all came to naught. Inherently couldn't mean anything. So, yeah. I was going to say they didn't get that, but I think they got it just fine and were just discontent with it. Again, this is why I prefer to, like, write things... I thought she was a skeleton for a second there. This is why I like to write things out first and think it through, because that was not the most... That's an interesting way of saying that. That's not the nicest way of putting it. Oh, you just didn't understand. No, I apologize for being a dickhead there. I do. Damn it, me. But, you had such a good thing going there. So, can I go stab Odia again? And this time... just walk out. I could have gone and leveled up again. Keep up the good work, soldier. I didn't get Aldea's soul. Soul of Nishandra, Queen of Drangleic. Fragments of the abyss of untold origin nourished their beings by the sides of would-be monarchs. Perhaps they were simply ordeals in the road to kingship. One day the flames will fade, and only darkness will remain. Unless, of course, an heir arrives. Use the special soul of this prisoner of desire to acquire numerous souls of the great something of great worth. I stabbed Aldea down, but I guess I wasn't able to deliver the coup de grace. I wonder if you can. Like, is there any way to force him to death? Because I wanted to kill that fuck. Huh. They're all facing this way. I think they were before. But yeah, anyway, I think people got it, and that was part of the reason this game was disliked. Because it rendered the entire first game pointless. But to be honest, I'm not sure if there's a way they could have done it to make both people happy. To make anyone happy. Let's say they go Link to Fire's route. Then people who don't Link to Fire's will be upset. Don't Link to Fire's. The Link to Fire's people will be upset. Do a fusion route and you made Deus Ex Invisible War. You know, it's just gonna upset people. So in this case, they just decide to flip off both groups and be like, fuck you. Everything's inevitable. You know, the fading of the fire, the rising of it again. Both are inevitable. Simply a matter of when. So, I suppose if you put it that way, you know, you got to admire them. Instead of, you know, muddling with it, they just flip off both sides and do this. Of glorious, futile, I was going to say stupidity there, but I don't know why. Glorious, beautiful futility. Glorious, beautiful, futile struggle. I can't remember how I was going to originally go with when I misspoke and then said the misspoke. I completely forgot. My head's elsewhere. Like I said, I prefer to reread because it lets me typically jog my memory if I've forgotten. And, you know, remember stuff, and it lodges in better. I have memory issues. But anyway. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this. I know I have. But yeah, apologies for being an ass there and saying, oh, you just didn't get it. No, I'm sure, well, let's be fair, I'm sure some didn't. But I'm sure a vast majority did. They did get it, they did understand it, they just didn't improve. You know, they wanted their struggle of the first game to mean something. They wanted, you know, the sacrifices, you know, all of this to matter. You know? They wanted it to mean something. And it didn't. Your struggle, in a sense, if you wanted anything grander for the chosen undead, beyond the matter of when, was as successful as Gwyn's, as successful as anyone else. Someone in a YouTube comment on Gwyn's team made this point that everyone's goal in Dark Souls failed. Everyone. Sif wanted to guard his master's grave. Artorias wanted to stem the abyss, to turn it back. Gwyn wanted to stop the dying of the light. Same with Gwendolyn. They want to preserve the Age of Gods. Kingseeker Frampt sought to preserve the Age of Gods. Well, the Dark Dweller, or whatever it's called. The Dark Seeker? The Dark Hunter? I don't know. He sought to end the Age of Gods, the Age of Fire, herald in the dark. He failed. Yes, I sided with Frampt and herald and continued the Age of Light, but that light would still pitter out and fade, inevitably. You side with the Darkseeker, or whatever it's called. It would inevitably pitter out and fade. Well, the fire would eventually splutter back to life, slowly, weakly, but it would. It would blaze again, before pittering back out. Gwyn's attempt to preserve the Age of Fire, the Age of Gods, came at the lives of all his men, of his own soul. And it achieved little. It dragged it on a little bit longer. It was on life support. Bloody, costly life support. And that was it. Keep in mind, I fancied up some of what they said a little. I only remember the generalities of, like, they listed out different people, said their goals, and how they failed. Even if it was something they like, even if we didn't kill Gwyn, the Age of Fire was going to end. It was just, it may have dragged on a little bit longer. Because, as far as I get, that it seems it ends the moment you walk away from the first flame. It just pitters out and dies then. It was going to end inevitably, whether or not we shanked him. But Gwyn, my mind blanked. So, his goal of preserving it couldn't come true. It was inevitably going to fail. Like I said, not even the gods themselves can resist this fate. No one has the power to do so. They can delay it. Reach for extra minutes, hours, maybe generations. But inevitably, it will fade. Timescale is a little messy. You don't know how long. It seems Gwyn has been gone a long time. But it's hard to know for how long. You know? Frame of reference in this is hazy. It's very much like the tales are very much like a myth or a legend, a fable. Even if it's like a present day in it, there's no like solid dates, times, Like the only reason we know that the DLC from the first game took place 300 years prior, 500 years prior, is because the director said it. It's never mentioned in game. Could have taken place last week for all you know. So, ultimately, I have no issue with it. But like I said, I wasn't invested in the ending of the first game. I didn't play it through many a time, like what's the canon ending? What's this? What's that? I started playing it, then I lost interest because I wasn't in the right headspace as a kid for it. I say kid, I was probably about the age to play it. Maybe a little young, but whatever. And just, year 2, 3, young, and that was it. I don't know the age rating on the first game. I don't pay attention to them anymore, so I wouldn't know. But I lost interest and started playing other things. And eventually I've kind of lost access to my Xbox. So, you know, I couldn't continue it, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't really invested in the ending of it. And then I saw more videos telling me of the ending of this game and what it meant for the ending of the previous game. And, you know, all this. So, I had no real investment. And that's probably partially why I'm not bothered by this change and impact on the game. Because the previous... I don't want to say the previous game meant nothing to me. But it didn't hold the same place in my heart. If I was one of the people that were really fucking into it, this probably would bug me. That all I did was for nothing. But part of me would think, you know, that would... I know, something interests me about it, you know? Just the grand futility of it. I know. It just... At least in terms of a game, it's certainly more depressing if it's IRL. But in the terms of a game, just the glorious, bloody struggle against inevitable fate. Even the gods themselves are flinging themselves trying to avoid it. And the best they can do is postpone it. For how long? It's hard to know. But inevitably, the cycle will play out again and again. It's interesting. Depressing, certainly, but it's what you expect from a dark fantasy, you know? So I like to think part of me would find interest in that. But it's perfectly possible I'll just be depressed by it too and disappointed. But, yeah, I do want to apologize for that utter remark of, they just didn't get it. That was dickish. Again, this is why I don't like speaking off the cuff, because it's not even me saying the first thought that comes into my head. Well, sometimes. But I'm often speaking without thinking, without fully thinking it through. I'm realizing, that's pretty dickish, or, you know, I forget what I'm saying midway through. I don't get to fully formulate what I want to say, to fully eke out my answers. I'm trying to hope that whatever random word pops into my head is the right next step. Sometimes I get a flash, I was there, but often, you know, head empty. You know, no thoughts, head empty, you know? At the start of the game, you're puzzled by them, maybe a little creeped out. By the end, you will hate them. Especially if you've done that DLC. Fucking petrification iterations. Since poison wasn't bad enough. Come on. Mini ones.
It seems that all the flames have been lit.
How would you know?
It makes me feel somehow. Wait. What am I doing here? Who are you again? Fate brought us together for a reason. Take these, and may they help you on your travels.
Gil's helm, leather armor, shoes.
It seems that it makes... Wait, who are you again?
That's disappointing. And it's also weird how he said that first, then gave me stuff as if he remembered me. Weird. But, I swore something happened in here. There's something of significance. But, like I swore something else happened in the rest of the manor. There was something to it. But I'm half remembering a Let's Play I saw over a decade ago. Probably when the game originally came out. Heya. Need me some zombie bacon. But anyway, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this. If there's anything you'd like to tell me, please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to... I still don't feel I articulated the point about needing to, you know, write things out first. But it lets me phrase things the best way possible to get my point across. And not say something stupid or asshole-ish, unwittingly. It's just like, no, wait, that sounds terrible. I just feel bad. But anyway, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this. I know I have. It's been a fun game. It's been a good ride, and I feel bad for delaying it for, like, 3 months. Well, not 3 months, 3 weeks, getting distracted with Bannerlord. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Excuse me. And I feel I should end this on the note we began on. Actually, wait.
Bearer until... For when the undead die, not all...
Let's just pop you in you. Was she Aldea's attempt at making a queen? Well, she didn't come out right. Maybe she was Aldea's attempt at ending the curse. See me. Like, if she grew up at the shrine among them, she's definitely an Aldea's creation. Because the guards were tainted by Aldea. Apparently there's implications elsewhere to imply all the dragons were tainted by Aldea. The ancient dragon outright has a giant soul. All of them were tainted by Aldea. So she would be as well. The petrified dragon egg may be the only thing that wasn't. Or it was. In just ways we do not yet know. So, it's just going by the name. It's very extravagant in its flair. It made me think of, like, say, the other queen from the base game. Was she Aldea's attempt at making a new one? A child of dark under his control. So, you know, trying to slot her in somehow. Because she can infuse souls into people. She's a powerful entity. She's certainly something special, but this is baseless conjecture. It's just like, It's just, I know. Sometimes I start jumping at shadows, because it's like, you look at me wrong. Shadow on the wall. I distrust you.